Well, Gary, it's always exciting to welcome a new face into the club. Tell us a bit about your new recruit in midfield.
Yeah, well, you have to, you follow people for a little while, and sometimes they're not available when you first ask about them, and then all of a sudden they become available, and then you've got a decision to make whether you want to bring him in or not because the situation, or you might already have enough players in that position. But I'll be honest with you, I didn't want to lose him, and we need more competition in that area anyway. And he's a busy, competitive midfield player, and that's played at international level and was bought for a lot of money by Wigan. Martin has said that he would give him a year to cope with which was the Premiership, have a look first. And unfortunately, Wigan then went down without him playing too many games, and Martin has moved on. So we might have caught him at the right time to give him games. I'm sure they're not going to let him play against Wigan, but we're pleased to have him in. And the more we can improve our squad, we've got to keep doing that as and when we can.
Yeah, I think it's to your advantage that he's probably kicking and screaming just to get some competitive action. Yeah,
he is, and he's a nice lad. And I've spoke to him. He seems very keen to get going. He loves his football, and Roberto swears by him. We obviously spoke to him, and he likes him very much. And so it comes with high recommendation.
Yeah, and it's till the beginning of January. Is that just, will you think about extending it if it goes well, or is it just think short term?
Yeah, no, we'll think about extending it if it goes well. You don't really speak about that just yet to both clubs, but generally, if we're going to still going well and we think Fraser's doing well for us, then I'm sure it could go on till the end of the season, but we'll have to wait and see.
And for a variety of reasons, is that it for now in terms of bringing players into the club until January at least?
Well, January's not that far away, but what that gives us is 6 loans, and we can only use 5. So it gives us that sort of situation. That's why you have to decide whether you take the one that's available, even though it'll cause a slight problem. But that's what we've got to do, and that's what I've done. Now, obviously, January, if there becomes people available, not on loan, but on what you can sign on a contract, then I'd rather do that in January rather than take any more loans sort of thing, or send a loan back, bring a loan in. But that might be the only way to do it. But we are, we're investigating all forms of bringing in players, but the one I'd like is to get our own players come January.
Yeah, okay, well, let's talk about your current squad. Starting in goal, Wayne Hennessy comes back from a fantastic performance, I gather, for Wales.
Yeah.
What's the situation with his loan? Are you looking to extend it beyond a second month, or is Marek very close to a return now?
No, I think that Marek will probably need that extra month anyway. So, we'll keep an eye on Wolves and how they're feeling, and obviously Wayne seems to be enjoying it, and we've helped him get his Welsh place back, because that's what they said, he needs to be playing games. So that's a good thing, and then I think he's got a couple of games left, and then we'll assess it then. But I don't suspect Marek will be back quite before Wayne Hennessy's loan finishes. What I mean is, we're probably going to need to keep Wayne again before Marek comes back.
Yeah, and great to see Liam play in the week. Is he in contention to return to the first team squad this weekend?
Yeah, he's obviously not played too many games and not had too much game time. So I'll have a chat with him. We've had a couple of practice games this week, albeit one at Wincanton and one amongst ourselves. So we'll see, who's on top form and who needs another week or so.
And in terms of your striking options, you do have striking options. Are you tempted to give Paddy and Andy another go, and so don't know, maybe substitute you early on again, or are you considering changes up top?
Well, you're considering everything. Good question, Richard. And obviously, you wouldn't expect an absolute answer to that, but in true MP style, you skirt around it. But I'm not skirting around it. We've got to, on the day, pick what we feel are going to be the 1 or 2 strikers that we feel are going to score on that day, and that's how we pick all teams. You can't say, well, we'll give those 2 the next 5 games, or another 2 the next 5 games, or we'll try. You just have to go, especially with strikers. Often it's the form strikers, and that's not necessarily from game to game. For us, it's seeing them in training every day, and we see the ones that are flashing at it. We see the ones that are missing the open goals. We see the ones that are scoring from outside the box because they're more comfortable. So you've got to go with the comfortable ones, and the ones that have had a good couple of weeks in their training, scoring wise. So you'll see who those two are when you see the team run out on Saturday.
Yeah. Any doubts at all for Saturday in terms of your team? Any injuries?
Yeah, no, there's no real injuries. There's a couple of little niggly ones that we just got to leave it to the last minute. But we got to be very organised to play against the Brighton team. They've got a way of playing that's similar to Middlesbrough actually, and for all the coaching connoisseurs, they should look at what these teams are doing now. Where they're splitting their centre halves and the full-backs are bombing forward and the two wide men are tucking in and they're playing three in midfield, and it's one that you've got to be right on top of. But if you are on top of it and you do the right things, then they also give you chances.
Yeah, Yeovil Brighton has a good feel about it, doesn't it? It's an attractive fixture this weekend.
Yeah, it's a great fixture. We haven't had one yet that hasn't sounded attractive. You know what I mean? And we got to come. We got Leeds and Nottingham Forest and Wigan. It's a fantastic league to be in, and we got to handle it. And in adversity we got to handle it, and we got to keep going and keep improving. And if we do that, then of course very quickly we need to get a couple of wins together as quickly as we can. I
guess one of the links between the two clubs is Nathan Jones, who's now on the coaching staff at Brighton, a former player and assistant here.
Yeah, that's right. He went there. That's where his Spanish came in handy, wasn't it? Although the fella seems to be speaking quite good English at the moment, but it's a new team, a new coaching team there, and obviously Nate's part of that. And they did very well last year, and now they've got to try and reciprocate that success this season, really, because they'll be expecting a lot of their team after last year.
And 2 home games. Has the time come to seize the day and get that first home league win of the season?
Well, yes, because that's the next game. 2 difficult games, and we've got to remember that. And anything we get, we've got to really earn. You're not going to be able to go out there and flick the ball about and I nearly used the wrong word there, but do bits and pieces that are going to encourage them to break you down and give them encouragement. We've got to make sure that we stop their game and we play our game, and if we can do that, then we've got every chance.